Hello there, fellow humans, and welcome to this video. And originally I wanted to make a video about something else, but obviously Wargaming decided to trigger me again by now putting out TD invasion containers and also the KB5, but I might make a video about that another time. Anything is a better purchase than crates, you know? Buying crates with gold is a better purchase than crates. Because, quite simply, each crate costs 1,500 gold, that's the basic price, 10% drop chance. We leave with, on average, 15,000 gold per tank, which obviously isn't worth it. People pay an average of 15k gold for every time they get a tank. Obviously, they get compensated with boosters along the way, but I would not say that they're anywhere valued above 5k. So you're still going to pay roughly 10k for each of these tanks, which, quite frankly, none of them are worth, really. So, with that said, let's go through all the tanks that are in the crate. I'm not going to open any crates, obviously, because that is just bad. And neither should you. You know, I'm gonna be a good example here and not open them, and I hope that you will not open them either. But I mean, if you wanna click on things, then you can click on the subscribe and like button and stuff. What we have is, first of all, the Badger, but I'm simply gonna ignore that because it's a tier 10, and tier 10 tanks aren't very good at making crates in the first place, and also it's a Badger, so fuck the Badger. Anyway, T28 Defender. It's not a heavy, it's not a tank destroyer, it's somewhere there. So, it's also in the shop, by the way, so if you want this thing, you can buy it. Even though, I think it's 7.5k somewhere. I don't think it's worth 7.5k, to be honest. So, if you were to gamble on crates, you get it for an average of, like, 10k. So, you can see how bad crates are, right? So, yeah, then TS5, I mean, it came out in crates. It's shit, you know, it's like the Tiger, but worse, just like the Turtle is. Scorpion G is one of the hardest tanks to play in the game. I mean, I'm number 1 on NA in it, so there's that. But, obviously, it's a lovely tank if you know what you're doing. I'd say one of the best tank destroyers in tier 8 as well, if you know what you're doing, obviously. And, yeah, it can be worth it. Unfortunately, I think it's always, like, just sold in crates and stuff like that, which is sad, but it's a great tank, I guess. Then, a good tank is the Tiger 88. And even though I hate tanks that don't have a turret, I don't mind this one. I really don't mind this one, because 3.5k DPM, all that kind of stuff. It's a cool tank with good DPM. However, it was sold for 5k a few weeks ago, like this KB5 offer, just like that. It was sold like that a couple of weeks ago, so if you want the Tiger, too bad. You should have gotten it then. Now, SU-130PM is a Scorpion G, but worse, pretty much. Same armor, you know, but you can't turn the turret, and yeah, the gun's worse. So, it is a worse Scorpion G, and you ain't gonna tell me otherwise. Speaking of worse, the ISU-152 exists, and that is the main reason why you should never even look at this tank, because even though, I mean, it has the premium AP that does more damage, which is like a cool gimmick, it still isn't anywhere near the ISU-152, because it's the same hull, but way less alpha damage. You don't have any armor. With the ISU, you have to peak less to do more damage, which means the ISU-152 is better, which means there's no point in buying this tank whatsoever, unless you're a tank collector. No point, again, we speak of, is the Turtle, because the Turtle is, again, worse than the Tiger in pretty much anything. You know, you have 600 DPM less, which is a lot. Then you also have no armor whatsoever, because the tier 7 can pen these plates right here. And then your top speed is 20 kilometers an hour, which means you can't shoot anything, you can't be defending for anything, and you can't drive anywhere. So, great tank, I suppose, right? But, speaking of great, and that's probably one of the greatest non-turret tanks in the game, and that's the WZ-121 GFT. FT standing for fake tank, because it never existed. So yeah, 2,900 DPM, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you can look at the stats yourself, but I'd say this is a tank that is good as a tank destroyer. Obviously, the disclaimer goes, you have to like tank destroyers to like the tank. You know, if you like heavies, if you like mediums, you're not gonna get anything with this, like me. You know, I don't mind it, but I'm not playing it a lot, because simply I think there are tanks that I like more that I can play. Anyway, let's then talk about tier 7s, and the only thing I can really say is, why the fuck would you want a tier 7 premium when you can get a tier 8, which is gonna do more damage and gonna make you more credits? And also at tier 7 when the Annihilator and the Smasher exists. So, what did we learn from this video so far? Is that I don't like tank destroyers, is that crates are bad, and that the crates are not worth it. If there's tank destroyers in them, that are bad. There's gonna be some people among you that are gonna be like, yeah, but I can get 3 crates for 3,000 gold. I might get a tank destroyer for cheap. Well, little Timmy, let me explain how marketing strategy works a bit. You know, obviously I'm just an idiot, so I don't know that much. But what I can tell you, about this kind of thing is that gambling is very effective, and that the rule number 1 of gambling is the house always wins. You know, which means the person or the entity that provides the gambling is the one that profits from it, like a lottery, like a casino. You know, if you go there, you're always gonna lose, basically. Which is the same thing that happens here. If you buy every time you buy the cheapest bundle, you know, the 3k gold bundle, the €5 bundle, on average, you're gonna lose, because on average, you're not gonna get your money's worth of tanks. You know? If you get a tank once, you're more inclined to then buy it again, which makes you then lose your advantage again. Yeah, so crates are pretty much bad in any way, you know, because if you lose, you want to play more because you want to win. If you win, you want to play more because you want to win again. Quite simple, right? And then the crates are designed in a way that they make you lose more than they make you win. You can see the pattern, right? Good. So, yeah, don't buy the crates, because essentially, if you buy crates, if you buy the smallest bundle, and if you get a tank for 3,000 gold, then what you do is you essentially doom yourself to now thinking crates are worth it, which is exactly what Wargaming wants you to do, and which is also obviously wrong, because they're not worth it. And also, you doom someone else that is buying crates into not getting a tank, because obviously, since there is only a finite amount of tanks available, because of the 10% drop chance, if you get a tank, someone else won't. So basically, if you win money, someone else is going to lose the money for you, and then Wargaming is going to win, basically. So you're essentially getting ripped off as a community with the crates, which, I mean, cool. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's not as horrible as the timers. If anyone remembers that, you know, like a few years ago, new equipment, you had to pay to skip timers to equip your tanks. It took 21 days to equip a tier 10, unless you skipped it for gold. So, I guess we all know that Wargaming is very greedy, and we all know that Wargaming is not very interested in you as a person, in you as a player, as in they are only interested in 2 things, and that is, number 1, the player numbers, and number 2, the sale figure. And that's the only thing they're interested in, essentially. They don't give a shit about you any other way. So, with that said, please don't buy these crates, even if you like tank destroyers. You know, you can get the SU-130 PM here, you can get the T-28 here. They're in the shop, you know, if you want those, you can do that. But the crates are obviously essentially a scam, because, hey, here's the thing, they're banned in Belgium. And if you're not allowed to do business in Belgium, you're probably not very legit. That's it. Thanks for watching. Don't buy the crates. See you for the next one. Goodbye.